We have a marma point right in the middle of the chin. And if you think of the mannerism when people say, what do I think about that? Actually, this marma refers to our heart center, so it brings circulation to the face, but it's also the marma on an emotional level that connects us with what our heart is thinking and feeling. So gently pressing here, marmas you can either just gently press and release 3 times, or you can do 5 little circles. They're going to affect the tissue around the marma point, and they're also going to affect us emotionally and reflexively. We're going to be working from the bottom of the face to the top. Sometimes the marmas are on the midline, sometimes they're in pairs. So the next marma, right in the middle of the upper lip. You can see I'm pressing and releasing just as I was on the middle of the chin. This is a great point for actually refreshing our brain. Then we have marma points either side of the nose. If you feel where your nostril joins your face, we have a marma right in that deep area there. I was describing to a student this week, yeah, that's the place where we sometimes get oiliness or congestion. And very often, marmas are in little hollows. So you can press one side and then the other. The marma on the right side relates to the left side of the brain, so we're saying wake up left side. The marma on the left side refers to the right side of the brain. And of course, because these marmas are near sinus cavities, this is beneficial for sinus. It's good for bringing moisture and fullness to the cheeks. Moving up a little bit further is the level of your cheekbones here. And this is a fantastic point to know if you happen to have a syndrome that is becoming really common these days. The syndrome is called dry eyes. And this point particularly demonstrates that marma points connect your body to do the intelligent thing. So if you have dry eyes, gently squeezing either side of your nose here will bring moisture to your eyes. But on the other hand, if you happen to have eyes that are really runny or inflamed, then these points will actually send the moisture down the back of your throat instead of spilling over your face. So that's what I mean by marmas actually teaching your body or connecting with your body to do the intelligent thing. So many people now working on computers have problems with eyes, not necessarily eyesight, but tired eyes by the end of the day, especially with all sorts of light coming at you. And I know, we live fairly near Silicon Valley. The guys that are working computers all day long, they're told to take a break every 20 minutes, cup their hands, and cover their eyes. Now, if they knew more about Ayurveda, they would be using all of the little pressure points that are on the lower bony orbit of the eye. These points are incredibly refreshing. They're good for reducing puffiness. They're good for reducing darkness under the eye. And they begin to take away all of the stress and strain that gathers when we start to feel super intense. Pitta energy gathers around the eyes, and that's why we do this kind of thing. It's like focus, focus, focus inwards. We're actually not built to focus all the time at such a short focal length. We're built to see predators coming at us from the horizon. So it is an inherent strain to focus on something as close as a computer screen. So we had these points that were great for eyes. We now have another point. This is a little scary if you're doing it on somebody else, but quite comfortable if you're doing it on yourself. It's at the very corner of your eye, and notice the difference it feels between placing your finger here and adjusting your finger so that it's pointing right into the middle of your head, and you've got your finger between your eyeball and the eye socket, jiggling up and down, up and down. And the only pressure you should apply is always going to be away from the eyeball. If you keep to that rule, you cannot do any harm. So you're not aiming to go deep into an eyeball or putting any kind of pressure on the eye itself. You're just using your finger like a little hook to hook around the corner of the eye and jiggle up and down. This is a fantastic point for eye strain. It's really, really refreshing to the eyes because it increases all of the circulation behind the eye. It actually helps the muscles behind the eye put the eye socket in a different place. And when I use these points to do face rejuvenation on clients, one of the things you will consistently notice is how bright and shiny the eyes look and how the eyeball is in a different position. It actually makes the whole face look so much more refreshed and relaxed. Okay? The last of the great eye points, so we had here, here, and now here. And if you feel close to the nose, this time on the upper bony orbit of the eye, you'll find little knobby ends. If you're a migraine sufferer, you might know these points, or you might have just discovered that pressing here gently, or even quite firmly, is something fantastic for relieving migraine headache. It's because when you press here, you're affecting both your spleen and your liver, and you're helping to alkalize the blood. One reason for migraine is that blood is too acid, either from stress, strain, something you've eaten, many, many different things. It might even just be extra light coming towards you, just like bright lights. But pressing and releasing here with the pressure away from the eyeball again and towards the top of the head, fantastically useful massage points for helping the eyes, brightening the eyes, taking all of the stress and strain away from the eyes. Then you can pinch the eyebrows, and there are minor marmas all the way behind the eyebrows. Fascinating to know that we hide stress and tension where we think we are not seen from front view. So we hide more stress underneath our chin. We hide stress underneath our eyebrows. We hide stress around our hairline, and more stress and tension at the back of our neck than at the front of our neck. So if you feel behind your earlobe, you might find a little bumpy end, a little bumpy bone called the mastoid process. This point helps relieve a whole lot of tension in the jaw. Now, for men, the muscle that holds the jaw and opens and closes the jaw is the strongest muscle in their body. For a woman, we have one muscle stronger. That's the muscle that is our uterine muscle. But whether we're men or women, this muscle is super strong and has the capability of holding huge amounts of tension. So if you can relieve tension in the whole of the jaw and these big jaw muscles, you do tremendous things for relieving tension in the face and improving circulation to the whole face. And you want more circulation because it's more fresh circulation that keeps your skin really cleansed, really nourished, and properly hydrated. So that is a super quick overview of the best marma points for the face.